Well, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday from a pretty warm Key West. And welcome to a little bike ride. I'm starting here on Whitehead Street and we are headed southeast towards the southernmost point. Just get these guys here out of the way. I wanted to show you the summer decorated house. There is quite some fruit going on, little fruit theme here. Since these guys normally don't cover Pride Month, I guess we're going for the fruit. And of course we have some festivities coming up here in Key West with the Pride Parade and everything in June. So here we go. Happy Tuesday for now. Happy Taco Tutu Tuesday. And I am so glad we are electrically powered here, because man, if we had to pedal, it is warm. Intersection Whitehead Street and Truman, and the Royal Poinciana start to bloom. Well, they have started to bloom. We just start to see more trees. It's this nice little breeze. I didn't check on the feels like temperature here today, but it was definitely in triple digit zone. Oh yeah, I remember those days paddling the trike without gears. So just so you know, if you're coming to Key West and you want to rent some bikes, of course it is the best way to get around the island, and you have plenty of options to rent from. And yes, trikes are way more stable. You kind of can stop without having to put your feet on the ground. It's great for parades like the locals parade during Fantasy Fest. So there are a lot of upsides to the trikes. However, the downsides are that they are much heavier than a regular bike. So it requires more pedaling. So today we're going to explore the south side of the island a little bit more, because if you're thinking about coming down to Key West, I know it is very tempting to be staying closer to Old Town, but this end of Duval Street and Whitehead Street also has its charm, so I'm going to take you around in a little more detail just now. Of course, you have the southernmost buoy right here. And a long line today. Pretty with the colors this time of the day. Hey, thank you so much, John, for the super chat. then, of course, we'll also have the southernmost mansion right here. And also quite some food options. So it's the quieter side, the quieter end of Duval Street. So the southernmost mansion and the famous lobster pizza that you can eat right by the water. And across from it, closed today, you have Sandy's Cafe food truck. You have this bar that is the southernmost point bar. I think it belongs to this guest house here, the southernmost point guest house by the beach. And of course chickens on this side as well. So this is where you can get the really delicious lobster pizza right by the water. They also have some really good salads here at the southernmost mansion. It's also a bed and breakfast that you might want to check out. They also have really good mojitos. And it's right here next to the Duval Street Pocket Park, so we are officially at the very end of Duval Street with the Pocket Park. And then we have the beach over here and the southernmost beach cafe. And pretty sure this sculpture is new. Often this area also is the final point of the full moon bike rides, which we actually missed this month. I don't know how that happened. So lots of hotels around here, from resorts to bed and breakfasts. And this here is South Street. Well, over here we have Duval Street. This here is South Street. This is the block between Duval Street and Simonton. So over here you have the southernmost beach resort. As well as across the street, also part of it. Over here we have the Lobster Shack. Who is currently on vacation. But if you like lobster rolls, they have like, I think, 3 different kinds. So one more classic ones and then some with like key lime butter. So really delicious. Little stores. And then right here you can rent your bikes and scooters, and we have one of the trolley stops here, so even if you're staying on this end of the island, you can just hop on the Old Town trolley tour. And here we have a great spot for breakfast. Anna's Cuban Cafe. Well, actually the cafe part is called the Conch and the Cuban. And next to it you have the little deli. Are you going in there?
Parking right there.
Okay. So this is a great breakfast place. The Conch and the Cuban, and a little grocery store right here if you want to come and buy something, if you're staying close by. Over here we have ice cream and mini donuts. The Rooster Treats truck. Looks like the chickens also agree. Here you have one of our last little motels, the South Winds Motel. We unfortunately don't have a lot of the small motels anymore on the island, but this is the place to be if you're into those kind of motels. Over here we have the Tipsy Rooster liquor store and bar. And you probably can't see that, but they have beach sand in the bar. So that's really cool. Beach sand. And across from it we have the Blue Marlin Motel. Again, another motel, old style, American style motel for those of you who are watching from off-road. So last little piece of old-time Key West. The Blue Marlin Motel and then the Marlin Cafe food truck right in front of it. Mainly doing breakfast and lunch, tacos. There's a cool little taco emergency sign. So they have breakfast sandwiches, coffees, tacos. And we're gonna ride around the block. So we are on the south side of the island. We are on Simonton. This whole block here is part of the Southernmost Beach Resort. Yeah, and then there is stuff like the H2O Suites here, which is kind of like a really modern Miami style kind of hotel. Not really sure how that got approved. But this area is less historic, so I guess you can build the stuff you can't build in Old Town. And this is United Street, all redone with a brand new bike path. The Hibiscus, I think it's a Best Western. At least it kind of has kept the older buildings a little bit. And we're taking teeny tiny Elizabeth Street here. This is, I think this is a monthly rental. I saw the sign out there on the front. So this is definitely nice and quiet here. Okay, Vacasa. And we're on the back side of the South Winds Motel. So this is the area of the old style motels that have survived the development of the island. little street leading us to Dog Beach. Since we're here, might as well do a little detour. So this is where the famous Louis' backyard is, where Jimmy Buffett used to live. So if you're staying on this side of the island, you have several beaches. You have the southernmost beach, cafe, and the beach right next to it. Of course, you have the big hotels over here. The Reach Hotel, they have beaches. Over here you have Dog Beach and Louis' backyard with the bar right there. Over here you have the sand sculptures, always on this corner. Sorry, I'm all cabled up, can't get off the bike. So Jimmy used to live over here. Now this area here, this whole block is kind of really run down, and it's currently under major discussion here because the Casa Marina Hotel, which is behind it, you don't see it here, kind of wants to take this and actually build more hotel rooms. And the people of Key West say that we need housing for the workers. So you cannot build more hotel rooms if people that work here don't have a place to stay. So these, everybody kind of assumed those would be, you know, housing for regular people at some point. I'm not sure who the current owner is, but so that is like a current ongoing major discussion here on the island. I think a couple of meetings coming up. Here on the corner of Waddell and Alberta. And we'll be headed over there in just a minute to watch the sunset. Of course, this time of the year, it's a little tricky. You won't be able to see the sunset here. But that's okay. We have many sunsets by the water on the north side, so we're good. So we have some interesting architecture here. As I said, less rules on this side of the island. So talking about the last standing little old-time, old-fashioned motels. Here we have another one. Actually, one of my favorites. I used to stay here because it's beautiful and quiet here. You're pretty close to Hicks Beach as well. Maybe we should go and watch the sunset on Hicks Beach. Over here we have the El Patio Motel. So they had hands down the biggest rooms and very reasonable prices. I don't know what it's like today. I'm talking about when I used to stay here. Come down to Key West, the El Patio Motel here. Pool's over here. Main building is over there. Yes, that is the El Patio. They also had a really cool rooftop. Just a couple of chairs. You can drink your coffee up there. Showed you how to get where to get the Cuban coffee at Anna's Cuban Cafe. Hicks Beach is straight ahead. Over here we have one of the only houses that have a basement on the island. So the local ground here in Key West isn't very easy to build basements in because it's all coral. Over here the recently redone Casa Marina. And since it's not big enough, they're trying to grab the buildings I just showed you. And right here we have Hicks Beach. With Salutes right here. Salutes on the beach. So Salutes is actually the sister restaurant of Blue Heaven in Old Town, Bahama Village, actually, on Petronia Street. So word of the wise, this is where they have the same key lime pie than at Blue Heaven. So one of the rare spots where you're basically sitting on the beach. Even have some little coconuts on there. Hey, thank you so much, bad boy. Thank you for the coffee. Or drink. It's a little late for coffee, isn't it? Gotta find an excuse. We haven't done Taco Tuesday yet, so that's what we're gonna do right after the stream. It was too hot to go out and eat tacos. Can you imagine that? So now we're gonna do that tonight. So we're gonna do a late Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday here in Key West. So Hicks Beach is within reach if you're staying in this area. I always kind of prefer the small hotels to the big groups and the big resorts. Corporations. And then there is this small secret little spot. So I showed you Dog Beach, I showed you Hicks Beach, and I'm gonna show you another cute spot to come and relax by the water on this quiet end of the island. Perfect timing, sunset is in about 6 minutes. Actually, 9 minutes from now. wanted to show you this little park here. And oh man, there is some seaweed here, but the view is still pretty. So if you're staying at one of the big resorts here, I think this is the Coconut Beach, and then you have the Reach over there. The south side of the island is more prone to seaweed during the summer months. So you might want to check when you book here. You might want to check if before coming here, just to make sure, you know, you're not in for a surprise, because it makes it very difficult to swim here. So Hicks Beach was actually, I didn't check, but it didn't seem to have that much seaweed compared to these beaches here. Look at this corner here. Woo! And it's been macerating in the sun. And just in case the camera doesn't pick it up, these are rocks here actually in the front, so it's not like just a giant bunch of seaweed, but it's rocks with seaweed. But it's still a pretty view. Cheers, guys. Gotta hydrate. Not sure what the construction is. There's a crane. Sunset is in 4 minutes. So this is, I'm not sure this park has an official name. It says Key West Marine Park and Snorkel Trail, which is kind of the whole area here. So we don't have much of a breeze, but the feels like is 99 right now. So we drop back into double digits. There are a bunch of no-see-ums here with the seaweed. That's why I try to keep moving. So it's almost official sunset time here. So we can't really see the sunset from this side of the island, to be honest. There were too many no-see-ums. So unless we really had like a spectacular sunset, we could stay. But now I'd rather ride. Ouch. So no more no-see-ums. Where should we head? Where should we go? Maybe we should ride down Duval Street. It's not exactly the back streets of Key West, but let's do that. Oh yeah, it's much better if we keep moving tonight. That way the mosquitoes don't get us. We have to be faster than them. And we get a little breeze, which is nice too. Another little guest house here, Alexander Palm Court. So we're back at the intersection of Southern Street and South Street. Sorry, Simonton and South. Too many street names starting with an S here. Simonton and South Street here. Anna's Cuban Cafe. Deli and groceries. And we're going to turn onto Duval Street and ride all the way from the Atlantic to Old Town. You'll see what I mean when I say this is the quiet end of Duval. We're turning onto Duval, guys. This here is still part of the Southernmost Beach Resort. It's pretty cool with the rooster on the sign. Right across from the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory. Banana Cafe. I recommend the rooftop happy hour. They have a taco happy hour on the rooftop every day, I think from 4 till 7. Ta-da. Ice cream, Flamingo Crossing ice cream here. And over here we have the Orchid Key, and I think now the Orchid Key Inn, and I think now we have pretty much covered all the old style motels on the island. Although I'm pretty sure they have totally redone the inside, but they kept the old sign here at the intersection of Duval Street and Truman Avenue. Jesus. Old Town Tavern, really nice happy hour, starting at 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. Lots of locals, lots of people getting off work, going there for happy hour. And over here we have a great new find, opened in January, Bangkok Asian Bistro. Highly recommend. Lots of Thai dishes and sushi. A couple of Vietnamese dishes as well. The 801 Bourbon Bar here at the intersection of Petronia Street and Duval Street. Our beautiful rainbow crosswalks. Old Town Mexican Cafe. Hi. We'll be there. Headed over for Taco Tuesday. Southern Street, home to several of our favorite restaurants, including Me So Happy and Super Happy, as well as Fritas, the beautiful Strand building, Wheaty Teas, the San Carlos building, St. Paul's Church, here on the corner of Eaton Street and Duval. And they saw the, I don't know if that guy's dressed up as a lobster or something. Not totally sure. We're back. All right. So as you can see, Duval Street is getting busier. As we're approaching the epicenter of Green Street and Duval Street, intersection of those two streets where we have Sloppy Joe's and all the famous bars. Over here we have the Bull and Whistle, with the Bull downstairs, the Whistle Bar on the second floor, and the famous Garden of Eden on the rooftop. Don't forget to wear a lot of sunscreen right now if you want to go to the rooftop. Still construction ongoing here. No new word on what's going to be in here, so nobody knows. Irish Kevin's over here to our right. Dirty Harry and Rick's to our left. And Sloppy Joe's right here. And we're continuing until we run out of Duval Street. we are arriving at 0 Duval Street, the very end, and the Gulf of Mexico. We saw the Atlantic during the stream, and now we are at the Gulf. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm going to drop you right here, 0 Duval Street, at the Sunset Pier. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. Give us a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to be at Captain Tony's, and I think we're going to have some visitors. Tomorrow, 7:15, Captain Tony's Saloon. Have a great night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow.
Quá là vui ghê nha.